Our black squid ink pasta. Mostly neutral in flavor, but it has that chew that just like an Italian pasta should have. That chew, that bite to it. Perfect pasta. We have our shrimp. Perfectly seasoned and fresh. You can always tell when seafood's fresh. It should always have that hint of sea flavor to it. You know it's from the sea. And then our prawns. Eats just like a lobster. Folks, this is good. This is really good. Now this is the Nova Cafe. It's right here at the port. So I stopped in on my way back to the ship. We had that McDonald's and that wasn't good. And then at the other place was just one small kebab. So this is actually like lunch and it is delicious. I'm so glad I waited for this place. And there you have it, folks. Our express tour of Kusadasi. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I am a fan and I will be back. But we got more adventures to be had. I'll see you at our next stop.
Dokuz kardeş. Hepsinin birbirinden farklı, garip olmuş. Bir tanesinin 3 tane, bir tanesinin 2 tane.
Nasıl sayıyor?
Her mandaları da o vereceğim malzeme gidiyor mu?
Ne yapayım abi? Dükkana mı gideyim? Tamam hadi görüşürüz.
All right, folks, we have made it to the Grand Bazaar. Now, supposedly this is about a 5 square mile undercover, basically flea market. We'll see if we can find some interesting stuff here. Folks, this place is just utterly overwhelming. If you can look behind me, everywhere you look, it's just a sea of shops. It's a maze. We'll just end up going this way. The Grand Bazaar, I want to say, like a history buffs, back in 1453, began its life as a wooden safe. Yes. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. It started its life as a wooden safe, basically. One of the emperors conquered the city and kept all of its valuables in a safe. And then they used that to leverage goods and services to buy and trade throughout the empire. Well, through the years, it evolved into a marketplace. And this bazaar seems to have a life of its own. Throughout the years, it's endured 2 earthquakes, 6 fires. Every time it comes back, it reinvents itself. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. The last time it reinvented itself was in the 19th century when retail pretty much slowed down with modern shops and the beginning of the internet and whatnot. And then lastly, it just reinvented itself into a tourist trap, basically. It's an epicenter for tourists to come and visit. So again, it began its new life as a hotspot for tourists. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it out of the Grand Bazaar. Now, real time, I have been in there for a little over an hour and have not found a way out. Not like I was looking for one, but you just keep wandering. You make left, you make right, you turn backwards a couple different times, and it's all undercover, and there's no daylight anywhere. Now, in my research, I found out that the Grand Bazaar is 61 alleyways that are actually covered. So that can give you an idea of 61 different alleyways. There's 22 different entrances to try and find a way out is next to impossible. And as of current, there's 4,000 shops in the Grand Bazaar. Literally anything you want, you can find it there. It's incredible. Now, I looked at some of the prices of things, and again, they're always going to start 20 times higher than what they'll end up at, but there's like no bargains to be had initially. Anything you want, you have to work for in there. At this point in time, we're going to try and make our way back to the ship and maybe see if we can find something interesting to eat along the way. Let's go. All right, folks, like they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Well, when in Turkey, do as Irish. So we found this Irish pub and it just looked too cool to pass up. So we had to give it a try. I got fish and chips. I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. And let's see. So we had a Turkish appetizer, which was the baklava and honey cake. Now we're doing Irish fish and chips. Now this is nuclear. It's super crispy, almost like a potato batter. It's really thick. I don't know what kind of fish it is. It's definitely thicker than a cod, denser than a cod. We got French fries, and we also have a salad. Salad's good, dressed with like a mild vinaigrette, and the French fries. Typical French fry. You know, I always rate everything on would I do it again or would I order it again. I would not order this again. So we're probably gonna have a few bites of it and then try and move on to someplace else. And I'm talking really low because the owners are right next to me. And we're gonna have, but we do have a Turkish beer that I haven't had. And this is really good. So there's a bonus here. I'll see you at the next stop. Alrighty folks, if you can't tell, something has changed. I am back on my balcony on the ship. So my battery died, so I couldn't really film the rest of it, but I ended up going to a restaurant, and my intention after that terrible, terrible fish and chips was to just go have a nice steak, enjoy myself, and have my last meal in Turkey to be delicious. So I ended up finding a steakhouse called Günaydın, which in Turkish means good morning. It was honestly, I'm going to put pictures up here so you can see what I ordered. But I ordered the steak tartare, and here's a picture of it. It came with mustard, and they rolled it up and served it almost like a sushi roll. It was honestly the best thing I've had on this trip to date. It was amazing, and just to prove it, I'm going to show you my empty plate. And there you go, have it. There you have it, folks. The proof is in the pudding. That was an amazing steak tartare. I'd put that one as the best I've ever had, right up there. 11 out of 10, easily, all day long. Now for my lunch, I ordered the kebab platter. It had a lamb chop, it had chicken, and it had a lamb kebab, and then lamb chunks. Now the lamb chop was amazing. The lamb kebab, which was rolled up with like minced with spices, that was really good. The chicken I did not like because it was undercooked, and maybe that's the way they do it, but it just had that undercooked chicken mouth feel to it. And then the lamb chunks were okay, just nothing special. So anyways, that's how I ended up my time in Turkey. Now I'm back on the ship, and I'd like to do a Brian's reflection time with you, so bear with me. We're in Turkey, whether you're retired or still working and get vacation, you need to go. Would I come back? I'd come back tomorrow. I found the people to be very friendly, more friendly. I would say 95% friendly. They looked at me as a friend. 5% they looked at me as a customer and wanted to try and sell me something. Never once was anyone rude to me or disrespectful, or did I feel out of place in their country. And that's huge. Some of these places I've been to, they really don't welcome Americans, and Americans aren't real popular right now, and I completely understand it. But here in Turkey, it's definitely a must-do, and there's so much to see, so much culture, so much history to experience. What we did today, well, let me say, on this trip to Turkey, I tried to take you on a trip. We walked through the residential area, we met some friends, we had some old-time favorites like McDonald's. We walked the streets, met a couple people, talked to a couple people, experienced the culture. Then we came to Istanbul, and that was another side. I mean, these are two sides of the coin. One was more intimate, one was more populist. And so we ended up going to the bazaar. We learned a lot of history. Hopefully I could teach you some history. I'm learning it as we go, but I'm super fascinated in the history of how things came to be. But again, just learning that bazaar was once a wooden vault, and from there grew into covering 61 alleyways, which are streets here. Amazing just to think about, and how many millions and millions of people are in that bazaar. We saw some amazing mosques. Next time I'd like to take a closer look at the mosques. I mean, they're just so imperial when you get next to them. And then we had some food. We tasted some of the food around here. So again, would I come back? All day long. Would I recommend it to you? Absolutely. And I think that's going to conclude this trip. Now, like I said, we could go home and have Turkish food, or we could make it extraordinary and actually come to Turkey and have a vacation of a lifetime. Which do you choose? It's an easy choice, folks. Until next time, be safe and be adventurous.